99% of the space will be wiped out. And I've talked about this on multiple occasions, but I want to really address this in this video, especially for those XRP holders out there. Welcome back to the channel, everyone. My name is Nick. For those that are new to the channel, I hope that by the end of this video, you do become a subscriber to join us on this journey within the crypto world. As we look at this space, there is a lot happening, right? Specifically around regulations. There's a lot of plans in place. The big organizations like the BIS, the World Economic Forum, the IMF, you name it, they're all talking about, well, regulations. They want to regulate this space. They want to adopt these technologies, and they want to implement these technologies on a global scale. But this is the thing. There needs to be a few steps taken before we get to that point. Standardization needs to be put in place, which it is already happening. And there's already some movement happening around regulations in the EU specifically. We'll talk about that. We'll address that. But first, I want to talk about the very, very interesting opportunity that XRP actually has that most of this space is just ignoring because of the price action of XRP. And it's always been a meme, right? XRP not moving, XRP not making a new all-time high in X amount of years. It's basically a joke of the space, and it will typically work like that every single cycle. If this is your first cycle, then you don't know this, but every single cycle that XRP has been a part of, it doesn't do much at all. And everyone thinks that's dead. It's never going to do anything. And then all of a sudden, for about a month, it just completely shocks the entire market. And I do believe that XRP this time around has a very, very special opportunity. And that opportunity is XRP is deemed not a security by a court ruling, as you guys do see on my screen. Now, why is this very significant to mention? Well, it's because of the movements happening right now around crypto. Over here we have just in Money 2020. Now, I did include this video this clip in a video recently where Monica Long is talking about XRP and Bitcoin. I don't need to play it, but if you guys do want me to, I'll play it real quick. It's 47 seconds long. Her main quote here, and it was talking about an XRP ETF. She said, I do think that the XRP ETF is happening next. I do think that it makes a lot of sense in the US, and this is the significant quote of this, right? In the US, XRP and Bitcoin are the only two crypto assets with any kind of clarity. Through the judge's ruling in our SEC case last year, she said XRP in and of itself is not a security. Listen, I want you all to succeed this alt season, so I put together a full list of tools that you guys can utilize to track where the largest whales are putting their money in this space that could ultimately net you a ton of ROI. I'm also giving out 30 free crypto gems that are fully researched and even broken down into specific risk categories. Both of these guides are completely free. All you have to do is claim your access right now by utilizing one of the links down in the description below. What are you guys waiting for? Make sure that you guys have access to this, especially for this alt season that is nearing.
They're going to create that opportunity for more differentiation and like more telling the story, or like, you know, peek behind the curtain of like what is happening in this world of crypto, like between Ethereum and Bitcoin and XRP Ledger and others. Like, you know, what's the differentiation? And
I guess the natural next question is, do you think an XRP ETF will be next?
I do. I think that makes a lot of sense. I mean, one, in the US, XRP and Bitcoin are the only two crypto assets with any kind of clarity. Through the judge's ruling in our SEC case last year, she said XRP in and of itself is not a security. So it's kind of a special asset in the US market in that way. It's also, I mean, it's been a top 10 by market cap. Maybe the ETFs are going to.
So you guys haven't. Again, you know, as we look at XRP with that ruling, yeah, it does make it the only other additional asset with any kind of clarity outside of course, you know, Bitcoin. But I always say with Bitcoin, it's questionable because they didn't really give us full-on clarity of Bitcoin just yet. XRP technically has the upper advantage here, and it has front-run the entire market around clarity, which is a big plus one. Now, beyond this video, I'm going to go over here to Ripple's website, because outside of XRP, because XRP now is, you know, pretty much cleared as not a security, we look at Ripple. Now, Ripple is a company is technically a private company, but they have been very transparent with the general public, more transparent than majority of the companies in the space. And here on their website, we have legal and under compliance. We can see a full breakdown of how they are compliant. We have at Ripple, we understand that compliance and risk management are critical to your bank, which is why we build solutions that offer greater visibility into and control over cross-border settlement. And we know that this is where XRP plays a vital role in terms of the entire Ripple products offering. But over here, we have reducing operational costs through pre-transaction communication, managing liquidity and compliance with associated regulations. And again, like a lot of this has just shown you just how compliant Ripple actually is when it comes to working with banks and, you know, just ensuring that their entire product offering for any major institution, bank, you name it, it's fully compliant. And Ripple did want to work with the SEC, but the SEC did push back, and they utilized the information that Ripple gave them against them. So it really is a shame, but that's just the truth of it. But outside of this, I just wanted to bring this up to show you just how compliant and how transparent Ripple really is. Now, beyond this, we also know that back in February, this article got put out by Cointelegraph, DeFi compliance to be a top industry trend in 2024, says Ripple's president. And again, this is Monica Long. Now, I just shared with you guys this video over here where she is telling us about XRP and how it's the only other outside of Bitcoin asset that does have clarity. And here we have, you know, DeFi compliance to be a top industry trend in 2024. And we have down here in 2024, crypto will break the speculative hype cycles that have defined the boons or the booms and bust for the industry since Bitcoin's invention. The biggest breakthrough in 2024 will be pioneering compliance for decentralized finance. Now, we also know that Ripple is all in on institutional DeFi initiatives on the XRP ledger. And we also know that with a lot of the amendments that did go live on the XRP ledger, it's actually allowing them to really put a spotlight on institutional DeFi opportunities and offerings, which is a very big plus one. Now, outside of this, we also have down here, as an industry, our mindset must be that compliance is non-negotiable, argued Long. She said applying existing rules to DeFi use cases such as decentralized exchange trading is still a challenge. It's an area ripe for innovation this year. And I do think that it is. And I also think that that's why we have a lot of these major moves being made by Ripple to really put a spotlight on DeFi opportunities around institutions. We also have, you cannot transform how society moves, manages, tokenizes, and stores value if you don't understand the foundations and history of the problem. And I still think that that's why Ripple is at the forefront of being compliant, and they want to have a major opportunity against most of the market. And they already have that with, of course, XRP. Now, we are still technically in the middle of a lawsuit with the SEC around, you know, the institutional sales, but I don't think that that's going to last too much longer. I actually think that not only is the SEC having a lot of, they're having a tough time around crypto, but Gary Gensler has a lot of pressure put on him already around this space and around what he's doing. So I don't think that that is going to last too much longer. We'll definitely have to wait and see, but I do think that we're getting close to the curtain closing on the institutional offering part of the lawsuit. Now, outside of this, the stablecoin. Even the stablecoin, we have Ripple stablecoin strategy, compliance, transparency, and expansion. Again, compliance has been the number one focus for Ripple. But this brings me back to 2019, where Brad Garlinghouse himself warned us. He said, I agree with you. I think there are too many in terms of projects. There are around 3,000 different digital assets that trade on a daily basis now. I think anytime there's a new market, there are a lot of people who run into the market to show that they can solve a problem and deliver customer needs. I have said publicly before that 99% of crypto probably goes to zero. Now, the difference here is that there was 3,000 different digital assets at that time. Guys, there's 2.4 million, as you guys do see up at the top left of my screen. How did we go from 3,000 to 2.4 million in roughly 5 years? That's crazy. Now, he also does say, following on from this, Garlinghouse explained that the remaining 1%, and I do think that's actually less than 1% at this point with 2.4 million projects, which are focused on solving real problems for customers at scale, will thrive. And that's where XRP really comes into play. That's where HBAR comes into play, XLM, QNT, Casper, some of those great projects. That's why I focus on utility, because I do think that this market's going to go through a .com bubble-like event where a lot of the, garbage and the zero value added projects, they essentially go to zero. They get wiped out. I do think that a massive wipeout of this market is coming, but we still have some time. I think that this is the last bull market where we don't have regulations. After that, things are going to look very, very different around the space. Now, beyond this, we also have this video over here from Ripple's Reese Merrick. Big shout to Bank XRP for this on the Ripple stablecoin. Ripple has spent 12 years building a cross-border offering. We have the infrastructure. The stablecoin was the next evolution of that. Check this out.
Yeah, definitely lots of products, including a new stablecoin offering. So I'm curious as to where that target market is, because I don't think there's too much stablecoin activity in this region. So curious as to where the Ripple stablecoin is targeting. So
Ripple, obviously announced that we are going to be launching our own stablecoin. I think this was an obvious step for Ripple. The market currently sits at about $150 billion. I think it's forecasted to reach 2.83 trillion by 2028. So clearly there's firstly huge demand for a compliance first, regulatory kind of adapt business to kind of enter the space. I would also say that where we've seen kind of feedback from customers within stablecoins is having a US dollar backed stablecoin. 60% of global trade or global transactions are actually US dollar settled, and not all of them are actually settled in the US. I think if you look at the Middle East and the GCC region, a number of countries here are actually pegged to the USD. So we believe that there's definitely a need for a US dollar backed stablecoin to really enhance kind of cross-border settlement, not only across this region, but more broadly, more globally.
Okay, and what's the unique selling point of the Ripple stablecoin compared to that of USDC Circle or USDT Tether?
I would say that Ripple have spent 12 years in building out a cross-border payment offering. We have the infrastructure. The stablecoin was the next evolution of that. So it actually gives our customers optionality into how they want to receive, whether it's fiat, whether it's stablecoin. So really, we feel like we've got the infrastructure. This is just an additional kind of layer to that to kind of build off.
Yeah, and there definitely is a need, like you said, especially in countries where the inflation rates are just wild. Like some people really depend on these stable coins and a more stable currency for their daily lives.
So as we really look at the stablecoin, I do think that the big selling point for Ripple stablecoin is not just the time in the market, not the infrastructure that they have, but it's the compliance first mindset that they have. Everything that they do is with compliance. And outside of them being able to front run the market with XRP being cleared, think about it like this. Every single opportunity that they have and they're offering to institutional clients or any client of them is compliant. But outside of that, everything that they're doing, every expansion, if they're expanding into the UAE, if they're expanding into Hong Kong, Singapore, the UK, everything is still with that compliant first mindset. For an example, here we have Dubai is actually now at the center of everything that Ripple is doing as well, whether it is locally, regionally, or even internationally. XRP is fully enabled and regulated in Dubai. Check this out from XRP Drops.
It's an amazing ecosystem worldwide, and it takes it very seriously that Dubai is actually now at the center of everything that Ripple is doing as well. Whether it is locally, regionally, or even internationally. And Ripple swell being in the UAE is a great testament to that.
Now, beyond this, right, let's go over here to this quoted post by Chad Steingraber. We have Ripple will continue to double down on its presence in Dubai, and we look forward to continuing to work closely with regulators to realize crypto's full potential. Outside of this, we also know just from recent video clips, Stuart Alderati back in 2023, October, on preparing for Mika, they were already prepared for Mika. And I just played this in a video recently, so I'm not going to play it again and waste your guys' time, but every single step of the way, Ripple is trying to be as compliant as possible, working with regulators, making sure that they are prepared for what's coming next, which is We have that regulatory sweep of the market. Now, is that going to happen middle of the bull run? No. But I do think that 2025 into 2026 is going to get very, very interesting around regulations. And I think that this entire space is brewing for a massive change through regulations. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments below, though. If you guys did enjoy the video, definitely leave a like, subscribe, turn notifications on because more free content. You guys more than can follow me on Twitter and join the free Discord in the description below. And with that being said, guys, it's been Nick. Thanks for watching. Peace out.